We're going to be concentrating on an axial rotation of your hips, meaning we're going to go through internal and external rotation of your hip, and we're going to use this exercise to explore what is your available active range of your internal and external hip rotation, okay? So what we're going to start with, we're going to sit down on a bench, make sure that the feet are slightly hanging off. We're going to anteriorly tilt your pelvis, okay? So then we're gonna brace ourselves by trapping the air in your stomach and pushing your hands into the floor, just to create more engagement. What we wanna remember that you wanna drive a stake through your hip and you wanna rotate only at the hip joint and not compensating by side bending or doing something along those lines. So as I brace, I'm gonna go first into internal rotation. Internal rotation of the hip is gonna look like this. I'm gonna go to the end range. This is my end range, and when I get to the end range, I'm gonna feel the musculature of my internal rotators working really, really hard. I'm gonna stay there for about 2 to 4 seconds, just exploring how far I can go and what I can engage. And then I'm gonna go to opposite direction to external rotation. I'm gonna go as far as I can, and now I'm gonna feel muscles of my adductors working while getting a stretch on the outside of my hip, really challenging as far as I can go. As you notice, my leg is kind of getting in a way, so I can't get as much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift slightly, but because I'm shifting, I still wanna make sure that my hips are not skewed. So I wanna make sure that I keep a neutral spine, I drive my tailbone down, I'm anteriorly rotating my pelvis, right? I'm bracing again, and so what I'm gonna do is, now I have a little bit more area that I can travel. I'm gonna engage the muscles of my adductors, and I'm gonna bring it in, getting way more range, trying to make sure that I'm not cheating. I feel all of this working. This is my end range. I'm fighting for it, and then I'm bringing it into opposite direction. When I start feeling like I wanna hike, I don't wanna go that far. And again, I'm going to the opposite direction, and done. So this specific exercise could be as an exploration of what your current active range is for your internal and external rotation, but it also could be an exercise on its own where you're just grooving and improving your current range, and you can do it before you perform any big lifts such as squats, deadlifts, or anything else. Ideally, you shouldn't have any pain with it. If you do have discomfort or pain, that will tell you what's going on with your body, and then you have to understand what is the next step, focusing either on internal and external rotation, getting more passive range if you have closing angle pain, or focusing on strengthening your active range to make sure you get more so other lifts feel absolutely amazing.